Okay, so come to a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you for today. And just observe how you're feeling in your body. So find your sit bones if you can, if you're sitting with your legs out or cross-legged or even kneeling. Maybe you could take your feet aside if you're kneeling. Pop yourself on mute and draw up. So let's draw up from a nice solid base. So first of all, we're going to ground ourselves. Maybe just touch the ground with your hands. Feel the ground with your feet, with your sit bones, and try and make everything below your waist feel heavy, settled, steady, calm, peaceful, relaxed. Let go of any tension that you can feel. And from there, we'll start to lift up. So we'll draw up sides of the body, through the front as well as through the back. So we're keeping our body like a column, up nice and tall and straight, and lifting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling or up towards the sky if you're outside. And then take your shoulders on a little bit of a roll. So rolling them back and down. Still keeping that length in the spine. See what you can find there. What do you notice? What's happening with your shoulders today? Anything going on? Did you sleep funny? Have you been lifting? Have you been using your arms, your shoulders? Give them a nice roundabout roll now. So one up, one down, one back, one's forwards, then reverse. Any crunching, any clunking. We're just noticing, we're just checking in with the body, noticing what's going on, how you're feeling, whether you're noticing anything into your neck. So now let's try to sit up tall again. Relax the shoulders, just drop your elbows down. We've still got that lift, so take your sternum up tiny little bit. Give yourself that length through the belly. And then let's drop the head. So with an out breath, with an in breath, lift the head. Go all the way up and back. And with an out breath, coming back all the way. So we're breathing in to lift, breathing in through the nostrils. And then when we come back, we open the mouth softly and exhale through the mouth with a sigh, with a one more. Inhaling through the nostrils, up and back with the head. All the way back, look back as far as you can, and then when you need to breathe out, keep breathing as you wish, keeping your chin to your chest. Now let's lengthen through the back of the neck. Let's add on to that, keeping your chin to your chest, keeping your back tall and long. Take your hands, clasp them together, and gently put them just on the back of your head. And allow that extra weight of your arms to just gently tilt your head forward a few more millimeters. Try not to resist. And if that's uncomfortable, then just use the weight of your head alone. Don't use your arms and hands. We're not pushing. We're relaxing the shoulders. We're letting go of the arms. Just allowing that extra weight to stretch down either side of your spine. And noticing how far down you can feel it. Noticing if you can feel anything in your shoulder blades. If you feel any tension that's more like a kind of pain, then you need to stop. And that's true at any point during your practice. Just a gentle reminder that yes, we want to stretch. Yes, we want to exert ourselves. Yes, we want to feel like we have been here on our mats and we've participated and we've done something, done a lot. But when you start to feel any pain or discomfort, then you're listening to your body. And you're easing off, you're finding an adaptation or taking yourself into Balasana, child pose. Release your hands, bring them to your knees. And now very slowly lifting your head back to neutral. Take a breath here. That was a strong, strong stretch on the back of your neck and on the top of your erector spinae muscles down at either side of your spine. So we're just going to settle here for a moment. Take a deep breath in and out. This time, as you breathe in, take your right ear to your right shoulder. Everything else stays where it is. Breathing in and breathing out to come back to center. And breathing in to come left ear to left shoulder. Don't worry if you don't get all the way down to that shoulder. It's perfectly normal. Breathing in again and out. Go with that movement a few times. Feel into where you need to be pushing. Feel into where you need to be taking a little care. Using your breath with each movement. And pushing gently into any bits that are just sore, not painful, but just sore or tight. One more round. And enjoy that feeling. Enjoy that feeling of a little bit of stretch, of movement. Still keeping the spine up tall. Making the core work here, even though we feel like we're doing nothing much. Still giving that core something to think about. Something to focus on, keeping us upright and tall. Lovely. So let's close our eyes together and we'll do a little bit of breath work. So closing your eyes. Just taking note, observing the breath. How are you breathing? Are you holding your belly in? Are you holding your shoulders up? Try and let go. Try and take your focus off controlling the breath and just onto observing the breath, but also observing what else is going on in your body. Bringing yourself fully, completely into this place that you have created for yourself. And then starting to control the breath a little. So we'll breathe in through the nostrils. So just breathe in for 3 to start with and breathe out for 4 or 5. So not a very slow breath, but try and make it a deep breath. Try and make that breath fill up every little bit that is available for you to fill up. And as you breathe out, empty completely. Squeeze your tummy muscles in. Empty your lungs completely. Hollow yourself out a little. And then take that in breath. Moving, expanding, noticing where you are moving in your body as you accommodate all that breath, the biggest breath you could possibly manage. So going at your own pace, but start to extend now. You probably find, because you've been practicing yoga for some time, that count of 3 and 5 is not sufficient for you. So elongate and go to the place that works. It's not a competition. Don't let your ego join in the party here. Just be very mindful of exactly where you stop, because that's where your body wants to stop. And then as you breathe out, just try and hold it for 2 counts longer, that out breath, so it's longer than your in breath. But just observing. There's no prizes for who can hold their breath the longest or who can take the slowest breath. You're tuning into yourself and having that beautiful moment of communication between your body and your mind and your consciousness and your observant eye. Noticing every single thing about that breath coming in and going out. One more, one last one. Enjoy it. Luxuriate in that beautiful breath. The biggest, deepest, slowest breath that is appropriate for you for today, for right now, for how you're feeling. Well done. Gently open your eyes. Keep your gaze low and soft. And as you inhale on this next in-breath, take your arms up. We're going to bring in a little bit of a side bend. So as we breathe out, coming over to the right. Breathing in, back to center. Breathing out, over to the left. Sit bones stay on your mat. Into center, out to the right. Into center, out to the left. One more at your own pace. Just keep that breathe, move, connection going. Floating your arms down now. Taking a deep in-breath. Bring your arms to clasp them behind you. Send them away as you breathe out. Lift your chest forward. Send your hands backwards. As you breathe in, releasing, bringing your hands back to center. Bring them around and give yourself a hug. You're breathing easily at your own pace now. Try and find your shoulder blades. Spread your fingers wide. Hold on to each shoulder blade. So your right hand is just cradling around your shoulder blade. Left hand around your right. I hope I didn't mess that up. You know what I mean? And take them out wide. Take them behind you. Send your chest forward. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together as if you're trying to hold something between your shoulder blades. Send your chest forward, lengthen through the front body. Lift your chin slightly. Give yourself lots of space in the front. We're having that lovely stretch right across the front here, but we also want to open up this way and not compress through there. And release. Now, opposite hand on top. Can you remember which one was on top last time? Send it to the bottom this time. I can't actually remember, so give yourself a hug regardless. And drop your chin a little. A slight cocooning moment before we come up to a little bit more movement. We're going to fold forward. Take your hands forward to the mat and drop them forward, walk them forward. Come all the way, let's ease through in the lower back there. We've been sitting up so beautifully tall and long. Drop your head, reaching forward, come to whatever works for you. And all we're doing here is allowing the lower back to just stretch, ease, soften. So no tension. If you find that there's tension in your body, change this, move around, find some other place where you can relax your lower back. Maybe you need to take your forearms to the ground. Maybe it's fingertips to the ground. Whatever it is that you need to do, try and find that ease in your lower back here. And then we're coming all the way back up. And take yourself into a tabletop position. We're going to start moving. We'll warm up a little bit more, and then we'll come into our little flow. So if you need to, extra cushioning for your knees is a very good idea. Double fold your mat or find something soft. Let's push the toes down. So maybe lift your foot off, put the whole of the backs of your toes down on the ground, and then lift the other foot off. Keep your knee off, press into your toes, and then pop your knee back down. You'll probably find that you can feel a little bit more of the bottom of your toes on your mat once you stretch your toes out. And then we are going to sit back on toes, lift the knees off, And we are trying to get as much of a stretch underneath your toes as we can. So bring your knees forward, really press into those toes. And it might be that you want to take your weight over to the right and then over to the left and roll your feet out so that you stretch out right onto the little baby toes as well, not just the ones in the middle. And just moving the knees from side to side, moving the hips from side to side, whatever you need to do to try and get as much of a stretch under your toes as you possibly can. In reflexology, those points are your eyes, ears, nose, throat, and into your head and face. Face more on the tops of your toes, but they are also getting a little bit of a workout now. If you look at them, you'll see that the tips of your toes are probably white, and probably some whiteness or pink into your toes on the tops as well. So we're cutting off the circulation a little bit, making things wake up and release. Release your toes, squeeze them. Try not to give yourself cramp. If you do, obviously release. Squeeze your toes. See, I'm giving myself a cramp now. And take your knees wide. Relax your toes and your feet. Send your hands out forward. Bring your body down between your knees. Forehead to the mat. And now we're opening up under the shoulders. So your big toes are just gently touching. Knees are out to the side if it's appropriate for you. If this does not work for you right now, then come into your usual balasana with your knees under your chest, or find your modification that does work for you for right now. What we're looking for here is that stretch and opening up under the arms. So creep your hands away from you as far as you can. Bring your chest down. Open up underneath your arms and pressing into your shoulders. Relax your head and neck and breathe. Well done. At the same time as opening up under your shoulders, you're also getting really lovely compression in the groin. And once we start to move, that will send a surge and beautiful whooshing opening of movement into fluids in your legs. And then let's come back up. So keep your hands back, walk them back, bring your knees together, come up into a tabletop position. And let's just hold here for a moment. Giving the underarms and the groin a chance to relax. Maybe you can feel a cool sensation just at the tops of your legs. And now we're going to tuck the toes under because we're coming into downward facing dog. So bring yourself into your downward facing dog. We can just do a little bit of a flow. So sending your hips back and up. If this is your first downward dog today, let's just enjoy this. Maybe it is probably your first one. Lift your toes. Send your heels down towards the mat. Spread your fingers wide and push the floor away from you. So when you push the floor away, you probably notice that your chest and your shoulders come more in line with your arms and your back. And your chest moves more towards your thighs. And at the same time, you can tilt your pelvis so that your sit bones head up towards the ceiling. Take your shoulders wide so your arms are nowhere near your head. And consciously take that sense of rest, relaxation, and completely being at ease into your head and neck. And do the same for all the muscles in your face. Relax your face. Feel everything just soften and ease. And then looking to your hands now. Step forward. Come into an easy forward bend. And let's just hold here for a moment. Allow your head, arms, neck, shoulders to be completely at ease. Just hanging. We're just hanging here, hanging out. Still trying to take the sit bones up towards the ceiling, lengthening through the backs of the legs. If you've got a little tightness in your hamstrings, just doing this a few times a day will make all the difference. The key is you need to stay in it for a little while. Soften your knees. Are you holding on to any tension in your knees? Sometimes you might notice you're holding on to one kneecap and not the other. Sometimes you soften one, you think you've softened them both, and then a few seconds later you realize you're still holding on. So what can you do to let go? And think about what's going on in your belly, around your hips. Can you ease and relax and let go? Enjoying that increased blood flow to the head, the neck and face. Relaxing your jaw, relaxing your shoulders. And we're starting to get ready now to move. Looking forward. Come to halfway up. So look forward. Send your heart center forward. Your fingers just come to your shins. Maybe even press against your shins to send your heart center forward even further. And then come back. Touch the floor gently. And we're rolling up. So slow. So slowly. Head, neck, arms, just dangling. Use the strength in your legs, in your glutes, to bring yourself up, all the way, looking up. Inhale up. Reach up as high as you can, and exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Let's pause here a moment. We were upside down for a little while. Let's just allow things to settle and come back. Breathe slowly and deeply. Find that breath again that we started out with, slow and steady and even. And we're going to start to move. So inhaling the arms up, little bit of a back bend. Exhaling all the way down. Come to halfway up. Again, look forward, press your hands to your shins, send your heart center forward, all the way down. Stepping the right foot back. Come into a low lunge. So we're going to take the knee down, release that back foot. And if that doesn't work for you, keep your knee hovering and bring yourself up. Hands onto your thigh, your left thigh. And then let's see if we can get a little bit of movement in those hips, taking them down towards the ground. Relax your shoulders, low as you can on those hips. Press into the top of your back foot, so your right foot. So you're not putting everything onto that knee. You're pressing into the top of the foot. That will give you a little bit more movement and sensation in the top of your right thigh. That's good. We're looking for movement and sensation. And lifting up, taking your hands up as well, if that works for you. And then holding on to the left thigh with your right hand, opening out, pointing towards your back foot. A little bit of a twist. And take the arms back up again. This time we're holding on with the left foot, left thigh, moving out, pointing to your right foot again with the right hand, bringing your hands all the way back, stepping the left foot back to join the right, come into a plank. Holding your plank for a moment, setting yourself up so you're lifting your shoulders away from your wrists, and we're coming into a low plank from here. So bending in the elbows, keeping the body straight, low plank all the way to the ground. Tops of the feet come down, lifting up into Bhujangasana. Or if you're feeling really feisty, bring yourself up into hanging cobra, so nothing touches the floor apart from your hands and your feet. From here, tuck your toes under and let's come into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Let's take our time. A few deep, slow breaths here. Keeping the shoulders wide. Relax your face. And look into your hands. We're going to step the right foot forward. We're going to bring that back knee down and we're going to repeat. So straighten out. So your top of your foot is flat to the floor. Bring yourself up and find the distance that you need to get that really lovely stretch. So we're looking to stretch through the front of the left thigh. We're also working on the right leg. Just hands to thigh for the moment. Remember to press into the top of that back foot, so the left foot. The lower leg isn't just hanging out there, it's all working. And that slight sensation of, even though you are dropping down, you've got that huge stretch going on, you're still sort of feeling as if you're trying to draw your thighs together. Switching everything on. And let's breathe, taking the arms up. Bringing the left hand to the right knee, right arm comes out, pointing backwards. A little bit of balance work going on here. And then bringing the arms up again. Right hand now as they come down. Sending the left hand out behind you, opening up to the side. And bringing your hands back down. Let's release that right foot out. Tuck your toes under on the left and send your right foot back into downward facing dog. Tilt your hips up towards the ceiling. Shoulders wide, smile on your face. Hugging your belly in towards your spine. And let's step forward. Left foot comes forward. Right foot back. Step it forward. So both feet are together at the top of the mat. Folding forward, easy forward bend. And then we're swooping the arms up on an in-breath. Exhale to bring your hands back down to your chest. Well done. Bringing yourself back into the middle of your mat. Let's come into a little bit of balance work. Today our balance is going to be a tree and a dancer, perhaps, or maybe a warrior. We'll see how we go. So let's start with the left foot, grounding the left foot down, finding that point anywhere in the room that isn't going to move, that you can stare at. That's your drishti point. And then you're either here or here or here. Wherever you would like to be today. Wherever you are, sending your hip bones forward, sending that right knee back, engaging the left thigh, making it solid as a tree trunk, lifting your sternum, so giving yourself that length in the front of your body, and lengthening through the head and neck. Taking your arms wide, opening the chest. If you're having trouble balancing, taking the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth just behind your front teeth, and pressing firmly. And then having a little play with your arms wherever they want to go. Bringing your arms back, down, hands to heart center. Pressing your right hand to your left hand to your right. And then we're using the arms to hold on to that right knee. Bring it around to the front of the room. So your right knee is in front of you. Right lower leg just hanging around. And lift. Bring that thigh into your chest. Holding on underneath. Don't hold on onto the shin. Hold on under your thigh. Lift as far as you can. And then we're going to extend. Send that right leg out. Left leg probably feeling a bit tired now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lowering. Well done. Let's kick that left leg out a little. Give it a bit of a wiggle. And the right. Bit of a shake. Jelly legs. And get ready. Let's go on to the other side. So feeling strong, feeling stable, feeling settled, and then we take our weight over only into the right. Set up that leg so nice and strong and solid, like a rock, like a tree trunk perhaps. And then left leg wherever you were on the other side. So we're pushing into the calf, hanging out on the calf, or coming up to groin, whatever works for you. And one thing I think is so interesting to observe in yourself is how your balance is working for you today, and whether it is the same on your left as your right. And trying to come into that lovely phase of being, or that state of being perhaps, where you can observe yourself with a gentleness and a kindness, putting aside criticism, putting aside even laughing at yourself. There's always a time for that. It's a good thing to be able to do. But your observant gaze on yourself is without that, without any kind of emotion, just observing. Bring the hands to wherever you wish, remembering to be strong in that standing leg. Squeezing into your glutes. And when you're ready, bringing yourself, hands to heart center. Pressing the right hand to the left. And then bringing your knee in. Wrapping your arms around. Squeezing that leg up to your torso. So thigh to chest. Or thigh towards chest. And then we're extending through the left leg. Left leg out straight, right leg strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently all the way back. Well done. Take your legs wide. Give your hips a bit of movement from left to right. So we're pushing left, pushing right. Notice how that feels in your hips. If it's too strong, ease off. If it doesn't feel right for you, then you take that into being a very slow and very small movement. If it does feel right, then just enjoy pushing into those bits which might feel a little bit like they're rusty perhaps, or maybe that's just me. And hips back to center, and we're going to fold. So only halfway. Let's come into a halfway Prasarita Padottanasana. Send your Head, neck, back, hips. Into that lovely line. Lift your kneecaps, a little bit of a bend in the knees. Don't lock out the knees here. And remember to adjust the angle of your feet to suit your knees. For some of us, we'll need to keep our feet parallel. For others, it's more comfortable to go out to a 45-degree angle. Just do what suits you and your body today, right now, and notice. And then let's go all the way. So drop your head, drop your neck, drop your back, drop your shoulders. Hands are still on hips. If you wish, you can take them to your lower back and just clasp them together and leave them resting on your lower back. Notice if you've got any tension in your neck, in your jaw, in your shoulders, in your tummy, and let go. Ease off. And then we're taking the hands down to the mat, bringing ourselves into downward facing dog. So adjust, send your feet out behind you, downward facing dog. And breathe. Take yourself into a controlled breath pattern of breathing out and breathing in and counting your in and out breath, giving it slow and steady and trying to make your out breath longer than your in breath. And look into your hands, taking your knees down towards the mat, not to the mat, towards the mat. Let's hang here for a moment. Strengthening muscles around the knees, and the thighs, glutes, and your core. Holding here. And then we're going to come back up to downward facing dog. Push your head down towards the mat as far as it will go, your chest towards your thighs, and then look forward to your hands. Step or jump forward to the top of your mat. Easy forward bend, and then rolling up. Slowly roll all the way up. Well done. Come to the center of your mat again. We're coming into our warrior 3. I'll go sideways. So let's start with the left leg. So we're putting all the weight into the left leg, draw the right leg up, and then as we pivot, send that right leg back. We're just sending the leg out, the body forward, until we come parallel with our mats, resting onto that left leg. Keep your hands on your hips or just gently hold on to your thighs. We'll do whatever works for you to help you with your balance. And then we're easing all the way back up, strong and slow. Bringing that right knee back again, squeezing it into your chest, and release. Well done. Ready for the other side? Are you ready? Are you ready? So lengthening through the body first, and then strength into that right leg. Find your nice flat place to stand. Bringing that left knee up now, and then sending it back. Pivoting. Try to keep your hips in line if you can. It's not so easy. The left hip will want to go up. Keep a little bend in that standing leg. And, and I've lost it again. Come all the way back up, nice and slow, not like I did. And bringing that left thigh into the chest again and release. Well done. Seem to have not so much balance on my left side today. Take your legs wide. Let's come into another little Prasarita Padottanasana, but with a bit of a twist. So legs are wide. And we fold forward. Come halfway. Take the right hand down to the mat in front of you. And then left arm swoops up and out and round and up, all the way towards the ceiling. Try and keep your hips where they were. You might want to swing off to the left. Firmly keep them centered. Lifting up, opening that left shoulder up towards the ceiling. If that works for you, otherwise keep it a little bit gentler. And then left arm comes all the way back to the floor. Right arm swooping out gracefully up towards the ceiling. Again, watch out for those moving hips. Reaching up, opening across the chest. And then bringing that right arm down all the way. Let's come into a lovely goddess. So taking your feet a little bit closer in, sinking the hips, and taking the knees above the ankles. There we go. Chest up, arms out. So lovely and strong. Can you sink a little lower? We're getting ready for our Baddha Konasana. We're going to be sitting down in a moment. Oh, lovely. So let's lift the right toes. No, we don't. The right heel, toes are down. And on the other side. And let's switch. Go at your own pace. Can you do both? And down. Straighten your legs. Hands to the mat. Walk your legs in. And we come into a squat. There we go. So let's still here for a moment. So take your gaze low. Notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat, if you can feel it. Breathing in slow and deep. Just looking at your toes. Just being observant here. Are your feet in line? Where can you see that your toes are pressing into the ground because they're a slightly different color? And then gently coming down to sitting on your mat. Let's come into Baddha Konasana. So soles of your feet pressing in towards each other. Knees out to the sides. I'm just folding forward a little. Do what works for you. Sometimes it feels better to be up straight and pulling the heels in. Sometimes you just feel like you want to extend that stretch into the thighs by leaning forward. And sometimes you just feel like doing something and you don't need to have a reason why. So come into your version of Baddha Konasana today. What works for you. Close your eyes and scan around the body. As always, trying to keep just the observant gaze without the chatter, without the emotion. Just very matter of fact and practical. We hold a lot in our hips. So it's a lovely chance to let go, to release. Sometimes we don't need to decide what it is that we're releasing. We just need to make it a time where we are letting go. So maybe that's with the breath, maybe you're inhaling, and with every out breath, you're just letting go. And you can allow the universe and your body and your subconscious to decide what it's letting go of. You don't need to organize everything all the time. So let's bring a little movement in now, taking your hands either side, a little bit of rocking. So alternating, right thigh down, left thigh down. And then butterflying the legs both at the same time. So a little bit of movement in here. Still breathing, still exhaling softly, long. Trying to get your hips and thighs and groin and everything around your pelvis to just be completely at ease and to release anything that needs to be gone. There we go. And stop. Let's take the right leg out. So wherever it feels like it wants to go, left foot stays in. And we're going to come into a little bit of a twisting side bend. So right arm goes down, left arm comes up and lift. So lift your chest up. What we don't want to do is come forward at all. We want to be very open here. So look up if you can. And where can you feel that? Can you feel that around your left hip? Can you feel that in the side of your body? Can you feel it right up under your arm, into the length of your arm as well? When we're using this right hand on the right leg to push forward, so really lifting the chest. So we're hoping to get a little bit of a stretch along the front side of the body too. And release, slowly, come out slowly, slowly, slowly. Very strong stretch. So let's take the left leg out now, right leg comes in. Set yourself up, feel comfortable, make sure your sit bones are relaxed and soft on the mat. And then we're going to slide down the left leg. Find that left foot or left ankle or left calf, and then right arm comes up, reaching up. And then we start to open a little, so sending your chest forward, sending your sternum forward, tilting your head a little towards the back, lengthening the throat and neck as well. Squeeze into the left side of your body. Breathe. Try and relax. And release. Come all the way up. Take both legs out wide. Hands come to the floor in front of you. And walk your hands forward. Maybe bringing yourself down to just fingertips, or just palms on the floor, or just forearms on the floor. Rolling the whole of your spine forward, tilting in the pelvis, relaxing through your back. If this is where you're comfortable, stay here. If you want to reach a little further, go a little further. Whatever works for you. So like Bandha Konasana, we're opening up in the groin, in the hips. It's a different sensation to Bandha Konasana. Giving those lovely long leg muscles, your gracilis, your sartorius, and a nice stretch. You can change the sensation of the stretch in your legs by moving your toes open out to the sides, by bringing them in. And just changing where your toes are pointing. Can you notice the muscles that are being stretched through your legs? And then let's walk back up. Bring your legs together. Come into west facing pose, Paschimottanasana. Sitting up nice and tall. In Dandasana, staff pose, hands to the floor. Take your palms to the floor, pressing gently down. Opening up through the chest, sending your sternum forward. Engaged, strong legs, toes pulling back towards you, just lightly. And then we let go, inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. Fold forward. Hold your toes, hold your calves, your knees, wherever you come to. And let's just stay here for a breath. Now folding forward a little further if that's appropriate for you. And with each breath now we inhale, we come away, we exhale, we fold forward. So lots of movement in this asana. We're almost at the end of our practice today. Think about your intention for the rest of your day. Your intention for yourself. Not for anyone else, not for any material things, not for anything around you. For you, for yourself, for your heart, for your mind, for your spirit, for your body. Your sankalpa, your intention for something that will make you feel more whole, more calm, more at peace, more fulfilled, more contented and happier. Coming back up. We're going to gently come down to lying on the floor. Bring yourself to lying on your mat, however works for you. Bring yourself down to the mat and grab hold of those thighs, give them a hug, release through your lower back. So maybe rocking from side to side. Holding on under your calves, under your calves. Gently pulling your thighs into your chest. Allowing your lower back to find its ease. Letting your body settle. And again, a little bit of a scan to notice how you're feeling. And a rock from side to side. And take the arms out wide. Bring your knees over to the left. Take your head over to the right, your face. And take your knees as high or as low as works for you. Just noticing that you've got a bit of a twist in your torso. Wonderful for digestion, wonderful for the sense of well-being and ease in the mind. What happens in the gut affects what happens in our heads. So taking our heads back to center now, bringing the thighs skimming across all the way to the other side. And then bring your gaze over to look towards your left hand. Eyes are closed, or you have a soft drishti gaze to the left. Settling, allowing your thighs to ease and relax. Settling into a twist. And then bringing your thighs back to center, head back to center. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a really big hug. Squeeze. Feel that strength and determination and all the possibilities, anything that you wish to do, to make come true in your body. It's all there. And then releasing, bringing yourself into your Shavasana. So stretch where you feel you need to. Move where you feel you need to. Bring yourself into Shavasana so that you can completely rest and relax. Make sure you have enough space everywhere. Lengthening through your arms, through your legs. Giving yourself the chance to notice where you need to move and to adjust and settle until you feel completely at ease. Close your eyes, relax your feet, relax your legs, relax your hips, relax your belly, relax your chest, relax your hands, relax your arms, relax your throat and neck, and relax the whole of your head, the back of your scalp, your face, your ears. Feel your breath coming and going easily, gently, peacefully. As you breathe in, breathing in that light and warmth. As you breathe out, letting go. Whatever letting go means for you, for today, for right now. Breathing in, light, warmth, calm, peace, and contentment. Breathing out is a release. Sense of peace and calm. Breathing in, allowing yourself to feel enveloped in a warm, bright light all around you, radiating out from you. Feel that you're encased in a protective bubble of light. And that light can be whatever colors you want it to be. And you know, as you go on with your day, that you're a bright, shining being, radiating warmth, energy, light, and love, both inwards and outward, looking after yourself and your sense of self, caring deeply for who you are, who you're meant to be, looking after yourself beautifully well, giving yourself the things that you need to flourish and thrive and be the best version of yourself every day, every moment, taking the time to rest, taking the time and the effort to nourish yourself fully, knowing that you deserve every little bit of kindness and care and attention that you give yourself. And breathing in, bringing attention to your body, to yourself, to your surroundings, gently bringing yourself to rest on your right side. When you're ready, gently bringing yourself up to sitting. Any way that works for you. Spine long, crown of the head lifted. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, dropping your head, forehead towards your fingertips, lengthening through the back of your neck. One more time. As you breathe in, lifting your head. As you breathe out, opening your eyes. And namaste. Wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go and be your best, gorgeous, most amazingly wonderful self. And have a lovely day. Thank you for joining me. And you.